Hello, Beth. Nice to have you here today. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. I'm so happy to be here.
Yes, looking forward for this episode. I know you're going to share with us great insights regarding wellness and how you've been pioneering in the industry. So, just to make the best out of this time we have together, I'll just let you introduce yourself to see what your journey was throughout your professional path and how you ended up doing this specific mm, thing for health for women and how your overall system works.
Awesome. Well, my name is Beth, and I'm a health detective. So I work with people who want exact answers about what's going on in their body. And they want to work with their whole body, not just a particular symptom, and manage just that one little thing that hurts. And they're interested in something custom for themselves. And more specifically, I work with people who are ready for digital muscle testing, who understand that their body has the wisdom, that their body's trying to heal, and they want to find hidden imbalances through this technology, and also are open to one-on-one coaching because they know that root cause healing needs support. So
Thank you.
you asked me, how did I get here? So
Exactly.
I'm a mechanical engineer. I have always been fascinated by solving problems. And the fact that engineers in particular, but many, many other professions, they see a problem and then they build something to get there. And mechanical engineering is very tangible. We're the people who build the cars and make the buildings stand up. The architectures might design it, but it's the engineers that actually make those buildings stand up, and the bridges. And it's very, very practical. And when I saw friends and family who were struggling with health issues, and they just said, well, there's nothing you can do. I get migraines, nothing you can do. I have some aching hips, so there's nothing you can do. I have digestive issues. I'll just have to live with it. There's nothing I can do. I said, no, of course not. Of course there's something you can do. Oh, I've tried everything. Nothing works. And when I found something that worked for my family, and then I tried it on myself, and I'm really healthy and I have really high energy, and it made me even more energetic, and felt even better. I thought, maybe the world needs this. Maybe the world needs somebody who sees things differently, who has a vision and knows how to get there. And so I've been doing this for a while now, and it is a wonderful joy to help people regain their health, to have the full energy. And yes, it does involve energy medicine, it does involve some digital technology, but it works. And my clients will tell you that.
Amazing. It's great to hear your story because I feel this morning I was riding my bike and I was passing through a bridge. So I feel like it's just this way, like you're creating the bridge, connecting things and how our body works, how there's many ways to get into the deep root or the cause of what's happening. So it's great you're doing this connection. You didn't stop where I think many of us have gone through it. Like, okay, I'm having this painful situation, or this health issue. I've tried a couple of things and then we give up. I think for me in the past has happened, and then you realize there's something extra, there's help out there, and there's no harm in really opening and seeing, especially with all the evolution we have in technology, in the things we can explore, and getting all the tools in place. That's great. And also, it's so good to know you have these testimonials in place of all your patients that will be really helping provide the support on all you're doing. So that's great. I realized as well recently you launched your new website, or like a revamp of your website, which is great. We'll be sharing the link to the website and whatnot below, so everyone can go and take a look. There's lots of great content, testimonials. So I really like it. Great job, Beth.
Thank you.
Amazing. And well, interesting how careers can change. Like we start working in a way, we take a path, but then life really makes us make changes that are for good. And I feel that's where we really get this place when we're comfortable, where we feel there's some value we can provide. And maybe that's the point in time when you're like, okay, I feel I'm doing something good, giving to others and making changes, and that it's really gratifying.
That's exactly it. Because yes, engineering is wonderful and it is helpful. And yet, at some point, we want more. And then when we see pain that is close to us, pain in our family or friends, that just drives it. And I know that there's there's many paths to healing, and some of them work for some people and some of them don't work. But you can't give up, because your body is always working for you. Your body is never fighting you. It is never attacking. It is always working for you. And that is just so much a part of my core message and what I believe deep, deep inside. And if you just don't give up and you keep opening yourself up, work with anyone, but just keep your mind open, because there is a reason. Your body is talking to you and you just have to decode it. And often we find standard methodologies are more about silencing those messages instead of really listening to see what those are. And so it can be challenging to take a different approach. But that's I think a part of the desire to give people not just their health back, but that spark of life, that healing is possible, that your body is really trying hard.
Amazing. Thank you. Thanks, Beth. So let's say, just throwing out there a scenario. If I want to review with you how you work, the idea would be we'll jump into a call, or I'll go visit you, and then you can start digging into, okay, what is my specific situation, and from there you'll be creating a plan to go through, investigate with some of the testing in place, and then geared or have a customized plan in place. Will that be the way it works?
That's very close, yes,
Okay,
except that it's all done remotely. We don't need to meet in
perfect.
person, and my testing is remote as well. So I'm using a type of energy medicine. So energy medicine is a broad category. It includes acupuncture, it includes homeopathy, it includes any kind of hands-on healing, no matter what it's called. People might know Reiki, any type of hands-on healing. All of that is part of energy medicine. And there's another type, usually it's done in person, but it's more and more frequently being done remotely, and it's muscle testing. And it is another way of tapping into your body's communication system. So all of these methods are using your own body and unblocking and giving information so that it works better. It's not about taking supplements and herbs and pills and medications. It's about using your own body. And with what I do, it's called bioenergetic testing, and it's a form of asking the part of you that knows how to breathe and digest your food and move your blood cells around. That's the part of you that knows what's wrong and what you need. And I have lab grade test equipment, and I hook it up to my computer, and I'm able to send questions to you. And those questions are electrical signals. And then I measure the response that I get back. And we are all electromagnetic beings. So you have a frequency, your body does, and I can connect to you. And that's how this works. So we are having this conversation right now. We are not in the same room. It is working. We send text messages to one another. We connect our mouse and our keyboard by Bluetooth, or headphones by Bluetooth. We accept that easily. But sometimes when it comes to other types of distance work, it seems crazy. I'm telling you it's not. And it's been around for a long, long time. So where I come in is being able to ask all the questions, get all the answers, and there's a lot. So I'm able to analyze it and provide what is the root cause, and also what do you need to be in balance. And I create a custom homeopathic that's just for you. Usually it has over 100 different signatures in it. And that's what your body needs to be back in balance, both physically and emotionally. And then we work together because usually there's some more lifestyle stuff that has to come into play.
Totally. I feel it's just like an ecosystem, right? You need to have this balance within your various parts or components of the body to be aligned and pretty good, feeling well. I think from a quick snapshot, that could be it. So you have these bioenergetic testing, and then there will be a type of like a tracking way to do it. Is there a tool, or how does that work?
I have software where I use to collect the data when I'm doing the testing so that I can see the progress. I work with clients for many months. And so every time I do the testing, I can see the progress and I can see what's been fixed and what is out of balance and what you need. And so that is sometimes there are major systems that need help. And then as things like the liver or the hypothalamus or different organ systems are healed and balanced, then it goes deeper. And maybe it's the pancreas, or maybe it's certain muscles in the cartilage or certain arteries. It gets very, very specific. And then we keep balancing. I mean, we've been alive on this world for decades. And so none of this happened overnight. I mean, some people do have an accident, and so their life is changed instantly. But in general, the weight of the world has been coming at us for many, many years. And so it takes a few months to unravel all that. And also the emotional component. Our lives go so, so fast. And there are deaths and changes and moves. You move houses, you move jobs, and we just go, go, go. But we need time to process. And in this world, we don't have enough time to process. It goes too fast. So that is usually lingering, and it tends to linger in areas of weakness in our body. You might know this feeling of when you are thinking a thought about someone or some situation and you feel your neck just get tight. Yes, you could massage that muscle in your neck, but really it came from some emotions that are tied to those thoughts. So all of that works together to keep you strong and healthy.
And that totally makes sense. For example, when you feel stressed, there's something specific, like maybe in your chest, your neck, as you say, there's some tightness. So it's totally linked with something that is going on. It's not just like something that a muscle or something just physically that is there. It's a connection in between or in our body that really triggers that type of physical response. And the other thing that you mentioned that I felt really connected with, or that real so shows to me a sign, is that we're really busy, as you mentioned, and sometimes you don't realize like there's fatigue or there's stress. You're like, it's just I'm going through this phase, or this will go on its own. But there's always something that we need to address to make it, like to fix it, to make it better. And that's totally in line with what you do, right? At some point we can read like, okay, you're healing, you're working with your patients, but it's not only if you have an illness or an injury, let's say, it's also if you're going through stress, fatigue, if you're feeling unwell, and it's not only physical, which is really important to note.
Yes. So my clients come to me with saying that they're just exhausted. And they never used to be exhausted. Why are they so tired? Why can't they get through the day? And there's so much going on. There are many reasons for it. Yes, you can take a nap and you can make sure you get good sleep, but that still isn't going to fix it when there's typically other things that are going on. And my clients say that they can't focus anymore. Well, sure, there's the notifications, and we're almost like training ourselves for distraction with how many screens we have open and how many tabs and I mean, even me right now, I have a monitor on the side. I have you here. My phone is over there. There's a lot going on. So, but not being able to focus, there's a lot of reasons why that can be happening. And there's ways to improve that. Absolutely. Then there's pain. And so a little bit of pain, I got a little pain in my shoulder, it'll be fine. I'll just, I'll get a massage, or I'll just rest.
Yeah.
But then when it doesn't go away, then we wait until we can't move it and we can't lift our arm anymore. Now it's gone too far. And our body is saying, hey, hello. And there's something going on here. And there's multiple reasons. It could be just a muscle tear. There could be a physical reason, or there's other things that are going on. And so what I do figures out what are those things and how to best support you, because it just keeps stacking and stacking. And you can go to a shoulder specialist. You can go to a digestion specialist. You can go to a therapist. And I suggest doing all of those things. But after a while, if you've got more specialists than you can count on one hand, there might be a problem. And you need to look at your whole body in its entirety, because everything is connected, because you're one person.
Great. I do feel there's lots of alignment and truth on what you're saying. And a couple of things that maybe are worth to note. I see there's a blog in your website which has great content and helps the audience, anyone who is interested in learning more about like stress or specific signals that might be something they need to be aware of. There's lots of great things that they might get information out of it and learn more about how to identify certain triggering points or health wellness issues, and then how to address them. That's great content in place that you have to support any of the people here listening to us. And the other great thing that I remember is out there, it's the quiz, which I remember, like I know when I was a kid, I loved doing quizzes growing up. And it's always great because it helps you just quickly identify if you are falling into a specific situation. In this case would be more like a health type of wellness situation, but well, it's always fun to do quizzes. It's easy enough to just go through them and figure out what are the results or what is the recommendation, a quick analysis on how I am performing in this case, right? If I go and do it.
Yes.
I know if you have something specific to add to the quiz you have, which is great.
Yes, that's exactly it. So you take the quiz, there's 10 questions, it takes 60 seconds, and then you get my insights on where you should focus. So it's great fun, and you learn something, and then you say, wow, eyes, what do my eyes have to do? I wonder what that is. And so, yeah, you'll find out more from me, and it'll be right there in the results. I hope it's helpful to everyone.
Great, that's amazing. And one of the questions that I wanted to ask you now that we're here chatting would be regarding, I know there's tools in place and things that you work with to provide like the best care, and it can be, or it's done virtually. Is there something specific or additional that you're working on that is in your roadmap? It can be AI or something else technologically that will be improving your patient's journey.
I am working and trying to figure out the best way for people who are interested in learning more, because it's a journey. People don't, there's very few people who say, oh my gosh, Beth, that's exactly what I need. Let's work together today or tomorrow. Let's go. Usually people need to learn a little bit more. So I am trying to figure out the best way to know who's really interested and what I can provide for each person, because some people are like, oh, I took the quiz, that's good, I don't need anything else. Other people say, I want more, tell me more. Well, what is it that you want, and how can I give that specifically to you? And I have a team, and they help make sure that I'm known on the social media platforms. But what do you want to hear from me on that? Shall I make more videos? What are the videos about? There's so many different things that I am learning that I can do, but I would love to be able to do it on a more customized basis for each person who says, oh, that's interesting, I want to know more. But then I don't know how to figure out, what shall I make more videos? And if so, on what topic? Should you just get a newsletter? Should I just point you to my, what is it exactly? And so I don't have a system in place for all of that that's comprehensive. And there's people and there's multiple software systems. And so I look forward to a solution that lets me customize helping people learn about what I do. Somebody suggested I build a course, and I thought, oh my goodness, that's the last thing the world needs, is another digital course. But you know what I mean? There's a lot of methodologies, and there's a lot of people who are at different stages in wanting to either take care of themselves or wanting to learn more.
Amazing. Yeah, I know if you hand out a course, it might be something else that a person looking for specific information might need to dive into or look for, and probably they will not have the time and it could be cumbersome. But probably there's things in place that might come handy. Let's say if there's type of an AI companion or support in place that they can call and address, oh, I'm looking to learn more about how fatigue connects to my neurological system. I'm just like playing a scenario here that might not be perfectly, but just to say it out there, I think that might be the way that it will be easier to provide information that will give some guidance or support, and they can get more with the proper professional advice and plan in place that you will be giving out to them. So I think that might be something that at some point in time might come and provide a solution, and not more like to study or to learn from a person or patient standpoint. So
That would be
I
really
yeah,
exciting, because out of all of the social media content I have written, or videos I have filmed, or newsletters I have sent, and blog posts I have written, there's no search feature that gets it all. In fact, I don't even think there's a search feature for all the blogs on being able to search a topic. And yes, and people want to ask a full question. Nobody wants to type in anymore. We've learned to go past that. We don't just type in liver or insomnia. No, we want to type in the whole, well, last night I couldn't sleep and I woke up at 2 a.m. Is there anything I should do? Like, it's a full sentence. It's like, so yes, that's what AI is training us to do, is give all of the
yes,
context.
exactly. Something really personalized and just geared towards our needs, which I think it's gonna work for everyone. And the part that I'm trying to kind of bring into light is we have AI in place, but it's just the way it can support us to maybe catapult yourself, let's say, to provide the best care and allow you to have time to focus on what you do and what you solve, rather than doing maybe some of these like admin work or having all these libraries in place and things that might not be the thing that you're great at, right?
Mhm.
So those things I think will come together at some point and will make really great changes in healthcare or wellness. I feel that's the way to go.
That sounds like it. That sounds fantastic.
Great. Well, a couple of things that I feel would be um, good to note is below we'll be having the space to for everyone who is interested to learn more to click on your website to contact you. I feel the best way is DM you through any of the social platforms you have. So that will be great. I'll link to your link too, and those couple of things will really point them into the right direction. And circling back into these, you have videos or you have content in place. Sometimes it might be just the timing, right? If I'm going through anxiety and you post something that really comes across, and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going through, and it just flashes a light, then I'll address it. But if not, it's just that this work of digging in or not being able to find everything uh, at once. But well, getting there, and I know with this focus you have and the lens you put into it, the technology you have already in place, the virtual support you provide, it helps a lot to reach a broader audience, to support different people across the globe, let's say, right? So it's amazing to hear about how you are working, how you came together from a different type of profession and helping others, which seems like it's you're passionate about, and that makes a difference in the results that others will see.
It absolutely does. Yes.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Beth. It was such a great pleasure and conversation. So thanks for coming, for being a host today. And well, we'll keep an eye to see what's happening and what else you are discovering.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day. Bye.